Hey, it's Jamie East here from the Smart 7, and today's episode is brought to you by Pension Bee and their award-winning Pension Confident podcast. Getting your head around pensions might seem overwhelming, but that's where Pension Bee comes in. They're on a mission to build pension confidence. So whether you're just starting on your pension journey, you're nearing retirement, or like me, you're somewhere a little bit in between, then you should have a listen to the Pension Confident podcast. It's an award-winning podcast that digs into topics that really matter with the help of financial experts. So that could be the basics of how pensions, ISAs or mortgages work, and things like how to get started on saving for a happy retirement. And a bit like the Smart 7 does with the news, they break down complex pensions finance into language that we can all understand. You can listen or download the Pension Confident podcast wherever you get your podcast from, or you can watch the episodes on YouTube. And remember, anything discussed on the podcast shouldn't be regarded as financial or legal advice, and when investing, your capital is at risk. On today's Smart 7, NATO prepares for Russian escalation, Trump ally Charlie Kirk shot in Utah, and much more. It's Thursday, 11th of September. It's Make Your Bed Day, and happy birthday, Ludacris.
The Smart 7. It's news, but
not the news.
Western leaders struggled to respond on Wednesday to Russia's apparent deliberate invasion of NATO's airspace. Early Wednesday morning, more than 20 Russian drones crossed over into Poland, triggering a rapid response from Poland, along with Italian and Dutch fighter planes who targeted and shot down many of the drones. It's not clear if this is an escalation by Russia, but Polish President Donald Tusk said his country stands ready to defend its borders.
Poland's airspace was violated by a large number of Russian drones. In all likelihood, we are facing a large-scale provocation. We're determined to act as adequately as last night if similar incidents repeat in the upcoming hours and days.
The incursion led to condemnation from EU President von der Leyen, along with European leaders, while Donald Trump tweeted, "Here we go," 12 hours later, but it's not clear what America's next steps will be. Poland formally notified fellow NATO members that it was invoking Clause 4, which requires allies to be prepared to assist in the event of an escalation, and NATO Secretary-General Mark Rutte had a clear message for the Russian leader.
Whether it was intentionally or not, it is absolutely reckless. To Putin, my message is clear. Stop the war in Ukraine, stop the escalating war which he is now basically mounting on innocent civilians. Stop violating allied airspace, and know that we stand ready and that we will defend every inch of NATO territory.
There was no apology on Wednesday from Israel for its strike on Hamas leadership in Qatar. The Qatari government is furious over the incident, and Israel's greatest ally, Donald Trump, announced that he wasn't thrilled, but has taken no further action. Meanwhile, Israeli forces have begun their assault on Gaza City in earnest, with at least 41 people killed on Wednesday. It was a difficult moment for Keir Starmer to welcome the Israeli president to number 10 Downing Street, but Starmer was insistent in the Commons that diplomatic channels need to be maintained.
I condemn the strikes that Israel carried out in Doha. They violate Qatar's sovereignty. I will also be clear that restrictions on aid must be lifted, the offensive in Gaza must stop, and settlement building must cease. The UK will not walk away from a diplomatic solution, because that is the only way to get the hostages out and to stop the killing.
The SNP's Stephen Flynn took a different view, and he, along with Labour backbenchers, had urged the Prime Minister not to meet with the leader of what they called a rogue state.
Gaza is a graveyard, but rather than end arms sales and stand by international law, the Prime Minister will welcome into his home the man who called for the collective punishment of the Palestinian people.
There were more revelations about Jeffrey Epstein on Wednesday, but this time not involving Donald Trump. Instead, it was another of Epstein's friends in the spotlight, the former Labour MP and the UK's ambassador to the US, Peter Mandelson. Leaked emails revealed that he had been lobbying on Epstein's behalf and coaching him through a legal process in 2008, which involved serious sexual offences. Mandelson attempted to do damage control, insisting he'd never seen any wrongdoing. But the revelations put Prime Minister Keir Starmer in an awkward position, something that Tory leader Kemi Badenoch seized on at Prime Minister's Question Time.
Lord Mandelson called Jeffrey Epstein his best pal. Was the Prime Minister aware of this intimate relationship when he appointed Lord Mandelson to be our ambassador in Washington?
Full due process was followed during this appointment, as it is with all ambassadors.
Charlie Kirk, one of Donald Trump's right-wing allies, and the activist behind the student organisation Turning Point USA, was shot on Wednesday at a rally in Utah Valley University. The event was the first of what was called the comeback tour, as Trump's allies begin to ramp up for the midterm elections, and social video from the event shows Kirk throwing hats into the crowd just moments before he was shot. It appears he was hit in the neck and was rushed to hospital, where he died shortly afterwards. President Trump ordered flags to be flown at half-mast until Sunday as a mark of respect, and he issued a video while clearly upset by the shooting, in which he blamed the radical left for political violence and paid tribute to his friend Kirk.
Charlie was the best of America, and the monster who attacked him was attacking our whole country. An assassin tried to silence him with a bullet, but he failed, because together we will ensure that his voice, his message, and his legacy will live on for countless generations to come.
Still to come on today's Smart 7, in association with Metro, Downton Abbey reaches the end of the road and an Olympian makes a surprising decision. Right after this.
Hey, it's Jamie East here from the Smart 7, and today's episode is brought to you by Pension Bee and their award-winning Pension Confident podcast. Getting your head around pensions might seem overwhelming, but that's where Pension Bee comes in. They're on a mission to build pension confidence. So whether you're just starting on your pension journey, you're nearing retirement, or like me, you're somewhere a little bit in between, then you should have a listen to the Pension Confident podcast. It's an award-winning podcast that digs into topics that really matter with the help of financial experts. So that could be the basics of how pensions, ISAs or mortgages work, and things like how to get started on saving for a happy retirement. And a bit like the Smart 7 does with the news, they break down complex pensions finance into language that we can all understand. You can listen or download the Pension Confident podcast wherever you get your podcast from, or you can watch the episodes on YouTube. And remember, anything discussed on the podcast shouldn't be regarded as financial or legal advice, and when investing, your capital is at risk.
Welcome back.
There was a surprising announcement on Wednesday from a British Olympian. Ben Proud, who is a world and European champion swimmer, won a silver medal in the Paris Olympics for the 50-metre freestyle. But he's decided to step away from traditional sport and is intending to enter the Enhanced Games, where athletes are allowed to take supplements to artificially improve their performance. The Games are due to take place in May 2026 and are the brainchild of Australian businessman Aaron D'Souza, who says they'll be the Olympics of the future. By joining the Enhanced Games, Ben is now banned from regular competitions.
Realistically, I've done everything I can. Now the Enhanced are giving me a new opportunity. I definitely don't think they're undermining clean sport. I respect the traditional sport for everything it has done. And if I were to ever take something that is not allowed in swimming, I would never let myself step back into traditional sport.
This weekend sees the final movie in the Downton Abbey trilogy, and it's called, appropriately enough, Downton Abbey the Grand Finale. It wraps up the movies in the TV series, and the long-running cast members are sad to see it go. Michelle Dockery has played Lady Mary Crawley on TV and in the movies, and she's picked up both Golden Globes and Emmy nominations for her role. She popped up with Jimmy Fallon to talk fans through what to expect at the end of the Downton Road.
I think it's in the title, the grand finale. It's definitely the last one.
Is it when it's a smash hit, or there's going to be one more?
Matt Damon and Ben Affleck are reuniting for a new movie that's dropping on Netflix in 2026. The two last starred together in Air, which told the story of Nike's famous sneakers, and in this movie, there's plenty of sneaking around too. They play Miami PD cops who stumble across $20 million in cash while raiding an abandoned drug dealer's den, but things get pretty complicated pretty quickly. It's got plenty of action, and it's written and directed by veteran Joe Carnahan, who brought us the A-Team. It's called The Rip, and you can catch it in January.
I don't have any drugs.
The dog's not trained to detect drugs. The dog's trained to detect money. How much was the tip that came in? 300 grand. It'd be so much easier if we just stole this money.
No one needs to die tonight.
AWTGG. What does it mean?
Are we the good guys?
You've been listening to the Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day. Give us 7 minutes and we'll give you the world.
Across America, healthcare teams are managing complex demands. At Siemens Healthineers, we're here to help. With more than 17,000 U.S. team members, we're pioneering breakthroughs in medical imaging, therapy, and laboratory diagnostics, giving healthcare teams the tools to deliver smarter, faster, more precise care. Because when the right technology meets the right moment, diagnoses are clearer, treatments more effective, and lives can truly change. For us, it's more than innovation. It's a promise built for generations. Siemens Healthineers.